Hello, wonderful friends. Come join with me as I'm going to make binignit. It's a Filipino comfort food that serves as your merienda, or you can eat it any time of the day. So I will be using glutinous rice flour for our bilo bilo. Bilo bilo, it's made of glutinous rice flour. And so I will divide, this is 400 grams. So use glutinous rice flour. Do not use the regular rice flour because you will forfeit its purpose. Okay, now I have to divide it into two colors. So first is in this corner here, I'm using ube or purple yam flavor. So that's purple. And here in my other mixing bowl, I'm using mango flavor, which is the yellow color. I just finished this one. So you can always access this or buy this from a Filipino or Asian store. So what I'm going to do is I will just, using my clean hands, I'll have to form this into bowls. So I'm just eyeballing it. I don't really need to measure this one because all of my ingredients when I cook, I'm just eyeballing it. Unlike in baking, I normally try to measure all my ingredients. So now we are going to make a dough. So just add gradually. Just add water gradually, okay, especially when you run out of flour or glutinous rice flour, so you don't have that flour anymore, so might as well use the water gradually. Okay, now this is beautiful. So look at the color yellow. So what I'm going to do is, okay, there you go. Now this is perfectly done. So I'm going to get little portion and then I roll it into tiny balls like this, and then repeat same procedure. Okay, there you go. So I'll have to arrange that and show that to you later. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands first because I'm going to need the other color, which is our ube flavor, or yeah, purple flavor. Same procedure, so do not add so much water. Add water gradually as what I mentioned. So when you cook or bake, make sure that your area is clean and hands are properly washed. All the ingredients that are necessary to be used should be washed thoroughly. That's how I prepared my my food, especially in my food prepping or food preparation. We're almost there, so I'm going to add a little bit of ube flavor. Okay. Here at La Arnie's Kitchen and Food Creations, I love to share my simple ways of doing kitchen stuff like cooking and baking. And they're always make fun and easy here. Okay, there you go. We're almost there. So the ube extract flavor, this is very, very flavorful, and the aroma, it's so sweet. Very, very, the the aroma, yes, it's sweet. Okay, I'm going to show this again to you. Okay, now you can also buy that from any baking store of your choice. So same procedure, I just grab a little bit, a tiny portion, and roll it, this and that. Okay, beautiful. So wonderful friends, our formed glutinous ube flavor rice balls are done. Same as with our mango flavored glutinous rice balls, they're done. And you have also the option to use pandan flavor or the green flavor. Now, all of these three flavorings or extract in colors, they're very fragrant, and the aroma, they're very, very great. So wonderful friends, there's a lot of choices that you can add into your bilo or Ginataang Bilo or what we call Binignit in the Visayan province or part in the Visayas, or the Cebuans call this as Binignit. This is very comforting food to all of us Filipinos. Okay, so what are the very basic ingredients that we have? But remember, friends, you can add whatever you want. Now, these are slices of sweet yam or kamote. So this is Japanese yam. It's so sweet. I have here plantain bananas. And back home, we always use saging na saba. And then I have here my strips of langka or jackfruit. They're ripe and so sweet and delicious. And the aroma, fragrance, they're very great. I have here shredded young coconut or the buko, butong, we call that one. And I have here my red coconut gel. So I drain the water and well, I don't need the water. And I have here my kernel of corns. And then I will use brown sugar. And then, of course, I'll be adding some salt. There you go, my salt, in order to balance the sweetness of our binignit. Now, I use coconut milk. So one can, the equivalency, there are 2 cups in total, 400 mLs and 400 mLs in total, 800 mLs. And I'll be using this fresh milk. Okay, so I'll be adding fresh milk into my big cooking pot. I'm just eyeballing all the ingredients. And I want my binignit to be tasty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 can of this coconut cream. I like this type. I got this from a dollar store, but it doesn't really matter as long as you have incorporated that with coconut milk. But if you have the access to fresh coconut milk, then the taste would be very, very different. It's really, really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my kamote, because the kamote, it's hard. So I will also add some brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use white sugar, of course. So adding sugar, it depends upon your taste buds, lovely friends. Okay, then I am going to add some, maybe 1 tablespoon of salt. So I use table salt or iodized salt. Then give a good stir or mix it. No, the the kamote, it's a little bit hard, but it can be easily cooked depending upon your flame or your heat. I will just add my plantain bananas. These are sweet, nice cooking bananas that's only available here in within my reach. And you can also buy that from an Asian store, but it's a little bit pricey, but it doesn't really matter as long as you need it and you're craving for it. You know, price doesn't matter at all. Okay, so I'll have to cover that one. Oh, by the way, I will just add my kernel of corns. I use that kernel of corn in a can. Some people, they don't really add corn, so it depends upon the way how you perceive or the way how you cook your binignit or ginataang bilo. So I covered it, and this can of coconut milk will be added partly towards the end. Okay, there you go. Come, let's check. Okay, now. We have to stir it constantly so that it will not stick at the bottom part of our cooking pot. So I'll have to cover this back. It's not yet done. Now you have also the choice of adding cassava or yuca. Chop it or dice it. It's the balanghoy or the kamoteng kahoy. Okay, there you go. So I am going to add my young shredded coconut or buko or butong. We call it butong. And also my langka or nangka or jackfruit. Now you have the option, remember this is coconut gel. You can also add different colors of kaong or coconut palm. Okay, I will be adding a little bit of sugar. I'm just adding sugar gradually. Okay, then I'm going to add this coconut. The coconut milk, I should say. Hold on. You can also add some cooked or boiled sago, or we call that one tapioca pearls. That will be your option too. I try to add some water. So we'll cover this back and let it be done for another 5 more minutes before we will add some of our remaining ingredients. Come, let's try to check it again. I want the kamote and the plantain bananas to be cooked thoroughly. This is not yet done, so another 4 more minutes. So I have to cover this back. I decided I'll have to add more fresh milk. If you don't have fresh milk, you can always use evaporated milk. Or you can use sweetened condensed milk, but you have to lesser your sugar intake, or, yes. Now, remember, friends, that all my videos are very raw, non-edited. Just to let you know that sometimes taking video, it's very challenging for me because my left hand is predominantly holding my cell phone camera and my right hand is doing the maneuvering or steering of all the mixture itself. So pardon me. I'm not really that professional in doing some editing. So simply love to share what's available here, what are my resources. Wonderful friends, let's check. Okay. Actually, I decided that I would just dump everything here, the milk. Actually, I used 3 liters of milk because in this gallon or jug of milk, it has 4 liters, and 1 liter has been used prior to adding into my Binignit. So 3 liters are left, so I used that one. I'll cover this back and set this aside for a little bit, maybe 3 more minutes. Okay, wonderful friends, it's time for me to add our Bilo or our glutinous rice balls into our Binignit. So once the purple color and the yellow color, which is the mango flavor, and the purple, which is the ubi or purple yam color, will float, it means that that is quite done. But it doesn't float yet. So it's starting to float. So this will simmer for another 5 more minutes. The last but not the least ingredient that we have is our coconut gel. You can use any color, yellow, green, and then there's white. So I will let this simmer for another 2 minutes, and this will end our cooking today. Thank you, wonderful friends, for watching La Arnie's Kitchen and Food Creations. Stay tuned for more cookings and bakings here at my little kusina og abuhan. This special cooking, very easy type of cooking, I dedicate this to my good friends, Nonoy Generato and Emily Llames back in the Philippines. Say hello to everyone out there. Stay safe, and to all of you, my dear wonderful friends. I'd like to thank you very much for you all. You have always watched me as I always present my simple cookings here at my little cocina. So now I'll have to wrap up my cooking. Daghan kayong salamat, mga onata. But actually, I don't know what will happen to this. This is so huge. Okay. But thank you, wonderful friends, and stay safe and be well. God bless. Ingat po kayo.
At kung ito